only 28. He's living in 3 different states, 3 different jobs. Manuel, what do you think?
Well, you know, Julie, you brought up a beautiful point, because when you talk about him being transferred from job to job, these parents reported that he was grooming their children, putting them on a lap, giving them candy, giving them special favors to the girls. He should have been reported to the police back then. This should have been stopped back then. But the problem with a lot of these schools is they're too busy protecting the school's image, so they let him go. And that is the problem. You let this predator go, which he could have been brought before the police at that time. And this is unfortunate.
I mean, well, you're bringing up such a great point. Perfect point to ask our brand new guest. So happy to have on the show the sheriff in Erie County, Pennsylvania, Chris Campanelli. Sheriff, good morning to you. Thank you for coming on with us. And I know your heart breaks for this family, these 3 girls orphaned. And I say 3 because we know there was another daughter who did not go along on the hike. And now these 3 children are left without mom and dad. And to the point Manuel just raised, I would love for you to speak to that. It seems like there were red flags in this guy's past. He's bouncing around from job to job. There's questions about his classroom management, favoritism with students, parents. One parent at least has gone on the record saying he thought the behavior was grooming behavior. What do you think we can do more when it comes to paying attention to red flags with people like this guy?
First, I have to say I agree with Manuel. I think, you know, these school districts they're not taking these things seriously enough. They're worried about their image. I think what has to happen is their administrations have to have more training. They have to be aware that when these things are brought to their attention, they have to be taken care of immediately. You can't just sit on your laurels and wait for it to happen.
Right, Sheriff. You know, and I would love to ask your opinion on something about this. Manuel and I were just talking with this guy moving around and the way he carried out this crime, allegedly. We know, if we believe what the police are putting out there about him, if we believe that he was the one who did this crime and did it the way they say he did, it makes you wonder if this is the first time, he may have committed a murder. I'm curious what you think about that.
I think, you know, honestly, the fact that he's moved around so much, such a short period of time, multiple jobs, I mean, you have to think that something is in the background there. Something is going on in his life. And definitely, I mean, I think they should investigate those areas where he was residing before, those other states, and see if anything coincides with each other. You know, if they can tie those things together, they probably have a good case against him.
Right. You know, I love what you said, Sheriff Campanelli, about going back to those states. Tell us, kind of take us behind the scenes. How might you do that? Who might you want to talk to see if anybody has any information that could be telling about this defendant?
Sure. I think what the agencies would have to do is they would have to contact the local jurisdictions in those areas where he was residing. That'd be the first step. And have them, you know, they'd have to do some canvassing, try to figure out if anything else matched up with him. You know, like they have the DNA evidence in this case. Maybe there's something else around there.
Right. You hit the nail on the head, Sheriff. That DNA, you're right. They've got his DNA there. Put it into the system CODIS, right? Manuel, that could be very telling how you run that on through. Maybe you get some hits elsewhere. Manuel, same question to you. Any places you'd go in particular if you wanted to investigate this character?
Well, I agree with the sheriff. I would exactly go to his locations and the state parks in that area and see if there was any stabbings. But there is a problem here, Julie, in this case. And the problem is that the sheriff can concur with me that these law enforcement agencies' computer databases are not linked. So if the DNA is registered for a stabbing in Pennsylvania, you won't find it in Arkansas when you arrest him, and you won't find it in Texas. We need to now start linking our national databases so that all law enforcement agencies are on one database so that we can get help and they can know who to arrest, who to keep, and has he done the crime before in another state. In essence, improving our law enforcement capabilities and helping our champions to bring justice to people, which are the sheriffs and the police, to be able to do a better job.
Oh, I love that, Manuel. Sheriff Campanelli, your thoughts on that suggestion, please.
Oh, I agree 100%. I mean, it's just like with the fingerprints. You know, there's a national fingerprint database. Why can't it be with DNA as well? I mean, the more communication agencies have, makes it simpler for us to communicate and to put these bad guys behind bars, and that's exactly where they belong.
It's so true, and thank you for all the great work you do doing that day in and day out. Sheriff Chris Campanelli, I hope you will come back on opening statements again. It was wonderful having you this morning.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anything for you.
You're the best, Sheriff. Take good care. Be safe. Manuel Gomez is coming with us. We're thankful for that, and we're thankful for you at home. Go grab another cup of coffee. Here's what's coming up next. We're going to continue our discussion on this case. The Devil's Den murders in Arkansas. There's going to be a